It only takes one woman to be one man's first lady. Sometimes a lot of men play games. I'm no different in a sense. I'm more mature and understanding. I show a lot of compassion, but there were times in my youth I had plenty of women here, there, over here, over there, everywhere, but in a sense of like dating back then. So it wasn't like just sleeping around. You had some women that you would sleep with, of course, but just not all over the place. And as a young man, I learned if you take your time with a woman, build something, you could have something greater than a one-night stand. See, that one night is just that, one night. But if you come across the right woman, you have to want more than one night. One night is like a tease. And there ain't too many men who like a tease. It's another reason why I've never been to a strip club in my life. And I just don't want to throw money at a woman, as if she's up there dancing because she wants to. She probably has a lot of issues and things that she's dealing with in life. And I don't want to throw money at her problems and hope that everything will be all right. Here you go, twerk something. Here you go, pay your light bill with this, Don't get evicted. Here you go. So I go up in that. So a lot of times, to each his own. But back to relationships and women. I think that it takes a lot within a man to want a woman and lead her. A man can want a woman, but not want to lead that woman. Maybe she hasn't made herself in a way to the point she's able to be led. Maybe he's afraid that if he assumes this position to lead her, that she'll leave him or she will not follow. So that puts him in somewhat of a bind, because God watches him and holds him accountable for the leadership of this woman. So in a sense, I understand where a lot of men may have to think, like, do I want to lead her? She doesn't listen. She rolls her neck all the time. She tell me to kiss her butt in front of people, and she means it. See, that could be kind of difficult, but you have to communicate with her. It's not good to attempt to lead a woman that you can't even communicate with, like in your own bedroom. If there's very little communication, very little connectivity between the two, then more than likely it will not lead to a position where you're able to lead her in a positive direction. So you have to take your time and make sure that this woman is the one for you to lead. In my personal experience, like I said, when I was younger, plenty of women, they found me to be adorable, handsome, passionate, all of that. Just a good young dude. As I grew up, I took more control over what I give women. I didn't want to just give them a easy lay, if you will. You want some Lays, you can go get some chips. You can go to the grocery store and get some chips. You want some Lays. I want to offer more. Like a decent conversation, cuddling, if we're on that level. Then cuddling, watch a movie, talk, what's going on in your life. How's things going? What have you been through in life? What makes you this beautiful woman? How do you deal with PMS? That got to be a pain. I'm glad I never had to deal with it personally. But if you're with a woman, you're going to deal with it anyway. Unless you go on vacation once a month without her. Another thing is like, okay, you got the cuddling, the decent conversation, and another thing that you want to do with a woman is take time within that. Go back to the decent conversation. Within that decent conversation, you want to listen. You don't want to just talk. You're here to listen, and at the same time, you interject just a little bit. You don't put all of it in there. Just a little bit. Just put the head in, and you take it from there. So you just and listen to her. That's part of a decent conversation with a woman. You're asking about her day, about her life. And you give a little bit about yourself just to set the tone, set the pace. And within that decent conversation, there's a possibility that you can touch her heart and have a positive impact on her. Show her that you actually care about what's going on in her life. Show her that you would like to be a part of her life. It's not so much about taking a leadership role at that particular time, because you may not even be in a relationship. Like, I'm speaking about just plain friendship between a man and a woman. So those are some of the first steps you want to take. With me, I have a lot of female friends, mostly online through the social networking sites, and I appreciate their time, appreciate their conversation. There's going to be times when you exchange numbers after you get to know the person a little better. And with me, I maintain the same style. If you read my posts and you feel it, then it's because it came from the heart. It's heartfelt. You should feel it. That's the type of man I am, regardless. It's not to manipulate or pretend. It's to actually project myself, my thoughts, through words and share it with others. So now I'm going to start doing the videos a little bit more. I've done some videos before, but I want to do a little bit more. I want to kind of touch bases on the posts that people read, give them my perspective. So that's what I'll be doing going into 2014, putting more emphasis on it and giving more love to the ladies, and at the same time sharing positive information with the fellas. I can't leave them out. A lot of things I post about include them, but at the same time, it's to definitely uplift a woman, her mind, her spirit, her essence, everything about her. And I don't have to get the panties. That's where a lot of people don't follow me. I don't have to get the panties to do this. I do this because I actually care about women, period. Females, the little mamas, all day. That's my love. So being that type of man that has that fatherly love for women, females, period, this is what I'm doing. So next year it's going to be a whole lot of videos similar to this. Alright,